It's often said that the British monarchy work literally at their own pace, at their own time, and the reason behind exactly how they want to portray themselves, particularly in the world's media. I often thought, I'm sure you'll all agree with me out there, but our wonderful late monarch Queen Elizabeth knew exactly how to deal with all those outlandish media claims. She realised that while it might have been a hot topic one day, the day after it's brushed under the carpet, and as she often said, in the fullness of time, things move on. Seemingly, though, they don't move on in the world of Harry and Meghan. And once again, it appears that the former cable TV actress Meghan Markle is at, well, shall we say, loggerheads with His Majesty the King over this particular, what she feels, mega slight for her husband, Prince Harry, sometimes billed, depending on where you are, as His Royal Highness the Duke of Sussex, as in the Aviation Awards. Let me explain. Morning, Neil Sean here in the very heart of London. We'll have a wave today. You're all right. Thank you so much. Yes, and thank you one and all for your wonderful sort of thoughts about us reaching that mega milestone. 300,000. I know. Wonderful though, isn't it? And as I said, we've all made friends out of this channel. Well, I hope you have anyway. I'd like to consider myself a friend to you, but I genuinely mean that. I hope you've made connections, or indeed just getting involved in the debates. It gets your grey matter going, doesn't it? And yes, I know everybody loves a good gossip. Oh, wow. I love the fact that people write on this. Oh, it's the Harry and Meghan channel. Don't you do anything else? You put other things up. People don't click on it. Don't you try and tell me exactly what you're interested. Yeah, I know. Well, we agree, don't we? No. But thank you for all your support. I truly, truly am very grateful. Back as ever to your royal story of the day. This really, is a fascinating thing because, as I've mentioned before, Harry recently announced himself as His Royal Highness on that aviation award alongside John Travolta. His prerogative, I guess, even though he's not allowed to use the title anymore, as is not, of course, the Duke of York, Prince Andrew. Fascinating when you think, because clearly for him, it's something that he doesn't want to let go of. I can understand that in many respects. It's something he's grown up with for years, so why would he want to relinquish it so quickly? But here's now the problem, you see, because as we also now know, he's been very much quietly sidelined as a councillor of state alongside the aforementioned Prince Andrew. And this has not, as one can imagine, gone down incredibly well also in the world of the Montecito. Now, what's interesting here, you see, is this, that, as Meghan and Harry try to rebuild their brand to try and make some money with her mega deal with, William Morris, who are, you've got to say, they've got to be earning their money, right? Well, the bigger issue is simply this, you see, that she is offended and believes that her husband should stand up for himself. Yes, that's you, Prince Harry. She's talking to you. This is because she feels that it's a mega slight by His Majesty the King to announce such a sort of situation, albeit very quietly, but also lumping in Prince Harry alongside Prince Andrew. You see, she believes, and her team believe, that of course he's, shall we say, for want of a better word, rather much more disgraced, although that would be debatable given Spare and all the interviews that Meghan and Harry have undertaken, trashing his family. No mention of hers, really, of course, way too busy for that, making money off the royals. And so, of course, she feels that His Majesty the King should have had a little bit of foresight, a little bit more, how shall we say, gentle sort of thought about exactly what this could do for his youngest son. Now, some might suspect that this is more about Meghan rather than Prince Harry, but it's another long list of grievances that Meghan has regarding His Majesty the King. And one can only imagine if she ever, when, if, who, when, where, could ever get near him again, would she ever have the time to actually air all of these grievances? Or will Harry do the honourable thing in her eyes, of course, and stand up and finally speak up for himself? Interesting to note. It's a developing story. When I know more, you'll know more. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.